the family room.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the 2016 Philadelphia Open. It's a beautiful morning here at Sedgley Woods in beautiful Fairmount Park.
Yes, sir.
My name is Andy King. I'm here with Nate Cron. And
Howdy, everybody.
we're going to give you a little commentary on the first round and get to meet some of the players. The players are getting their shit together, and right now John Stash is going to be talking to some of them, and we're going to have the players meeting. Nate, why aren't you out there? Use your mic, brother.
Yes, well, the microphone. I guess a lot of people use that when they're on video. It's been an unfortunate end of the year. Back in 2015, I busted my ankle up early 2015, but I got right back into it. Unfortunately, I was in this car accident, and I just haven't healed from it. And I'm trying to. I'd rather play good golf instead of mediocre and hurt myself even more. If that's
Nate is one of the strongest players that's ever come out of Sedgley Woods. He dominated when he played here a lot, and now he's made a good name for yourself around the country. Weren't you lead card in the Worlds last year?
Not at Worlds. I jumped up to 11th place. So that was, fourth card or something like that.
Cool.
I was out in Illinois though for the big event towards the end of the year.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Yes, Illinois. After the first round, I was on the lead card, and thank you very much. Thank you. There's some video of it. There's an unfortunate putt that rolled away, and it gave me some extra strokes at the end. So
sorry to hear that.
Wasn't a great finish, but
okay.
Why?
You want me to throw to it, or?
I'm on video.
Okay. All right, we're ready. John Stash has got some players, and he's going to interview them, and we'll be back in a little bit with some live coverage.
Hello, good morning. Can you tell me your name and where you're from?
Joe Mila, and I'm from Bristol, Pennsylvania.
All right, Joe. So could you have your PDGA number, and how long have you been playing professionally?
2607 is my PDGA number, and I've been playing since 1984.
What is it about the Philly Open, Joe, that you like?
Well, I love all the new addition to the course in the back, the new holes, some good mix of open holes with some OB, nice tight wood fairways. That's the type of game that I like to play. So I'm anxious to get out here and play it. I haven't been here in a little while, so looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Well, I used to play a lot of sports when I was younger, and when you get older, if you're not that good, you need to find something to use that sports outlet, and disc golf is the sports outlet for me. So I love the competition, adrenaline rush every time. So it's a lot of fun for me.
Awesome, great. So I'm just going to say to you, thanks for coming out. Good luck and have fun. Shoot well, man.
Appreciate it, man.
All right.
Have a good tournament.
Thank you, Joe. Hello. Could you tell us your name and where you're from?
I'm Emily Landher, and I'm originally from Philly, but I recently moved up to Levittown, PA.
Okay, and Emily, how long have you been playing disc golf, and do you have a PDGA? You have a PDGA number, so
Yeah.
Number and how long have you been playing?
My number's 34483, and I've been playing since I was 12, so 2006.
Awesome, good for you. So what is it about the Philly Open that you like, that draws you to this nice tournament?
Well, one, this is my home course, and I grew up here. I started when I was 12, so each year I would learn more and play more, and this course has definitely come a long way since 2006.
Cool.
And the reason I got into it was my dad was looking up soccer stuff for me on demand, and he found the 2006 Philly Open from here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
So they kind of linked together on how it got us started. And he's like, it was there the whole time. Because he lives in this city. He's like, I didn't know it was right up there.
Yeah, you and a lot of other people, discovered by accident, myself included. Could you tell us briefly why you like disc golf? What do you love about this game?
It's a very different sport. It's not like I grew up playing soccer, basketball, volleyball. They're all team related. This one's like yourself. So you just work on your own game. I mean, even though it is competitive, it's not like you have to rely on someone else to get something done. It's all on you.
So you like that individual aspect?
Yep, and I love how it's similar to ball golf, but it's a little more difficult because you got the trees involved.
Mm-hmm. Good point. Well, listen, shoot well, good luck, have
Thank
fun. Represent Sedgley, all right?
Nice to see Joe Mayo there, former world champion.
Yeah, for sure. It's great to see him out on the short courses.
Yeah. And Emily, who we've known since she was about this tall.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
And so that's really nice.
Putting it out there.
And I think the players are gathering, and we're going to cut it over to Josh Hughes and the players meeting.
I think this tournament's been called one thing or another, but this is the 39th year it's been running. Next year's going to be the 40th year. Yeah. This is the 3rd year that the Friends of Sedgley Woods have come together to run it entirely within the club and put on a really awesome event. Get a lot of awesome sponsors, lots of awesome volunteers, and put together a really special Sedgley style event. And try to also give you a challenging layout. A lot of people think of Sedgley as a pitch and putt course, but you're going to be in for a butt whooping today. It's going to be a long day, so there may be some weights. Last year the flow went really well. We tried to pretty much keep it the same. We extended a few holes. Hopefully everything will go smooth again this year. Just remember, you're in the middle of Philadelphia. It's Sedgley Woods. Expect anything. You might see a guy coming through on a horse, or some people lost in the park. But just understand you're in Philly, and we've raised a lot of extra money. We've got a hell of a party for you this afternoon, so you're going to have a good day regardless. I really want to thank everybody in the club, especially this year Miss Ann and Andy and Dave Prue, Aaron Fahey, Alex Caldwell, Chris Robbins. They've been big helps. Stash. My buddy Oopie's in town. He's been helping me out. E. Bush, Grizz, Tennessee. They're going to be working in the kitchen for you today. Master P and Flim, they help us with these awesome caddy guides that you get every year now. Randy's going to be out taking photos. He did the photos in the caddy guide. Really big thanks to Dave Manzo and his crew. He's got a crew out here. I think he's got like 3 camera guys that are going to be out there. The plan was to do a live stream, but we're not doing the live stream. But that means we're just going to have a better production. I think he's doing really high quality video work. Yeah. I think it's going to be available really soon, to my understanding. So I hope you're all looking forward to seeing that. Woo! Yeah. Now everybody, hang tight, because we got a lot of sponsors. These are the guys that really make all this happen. We've got $2,500 added cash. We've got about a $2,000 players party spread out over the weekend. Woohoo! Let's see here. Rye Brew, if you haven't ordered a lunch and you want lunch, they have awesome sandwiches. These guys up the street, they're a 3-time sponsor. They feed us Sammys and beers. They're great guys. There's order forms over here if you want lunch waiting on you when you get in. Bob Hoffman couldn't make it, the Dead Dogs, but he donated $50. I wanted to say thank you to those guys. We got these guys, there's this new game. It's a game, it's called Stones. They have a course up the road. I think this afternoon they're going to be here giving demos. It's basically a cross between bocce and golf. It's right up everybody's alley. So if you see the guys over here, check it out. It's pretty interesting. Let's see. Innova Champion Disc. For the past 3 years, they really make it possible for us to take care of, especially the amateurs. They've been our disc sponsor. People have inquired about other disc sponsors, but nobody's really been able to do what they've done for us. So, thank you to them. Creep Records in the Piazza in Fishtown, Philadelphia. They carry discs. They've been with us for 2 years. They're one of our bigger sponsors. Those guys have been great. B2B Wholesaler Magazine. These guys let me do a lot of work for this on the clock. And plus they're a 3-time sponsor. So thanks to Tony and Gary. Thanks guys. Thanks for making it happen. Cherry Street Tavern. That's where we hold our meetings. These guys, they've been supporting us for years and years. If you're ever in Philly and you're looking for the best roast beef sandwich, Cherry Street, 21st and Cherry Street. Our brother from another, the Philadelphia Area Disc Alliance, PATA. They've really stepped up this year. They're really big supporters of us. We love those guys. Yards Beer, they gave us cases and kegs, so you guys will be enjoying that during the players party. Thank you to those guys. They help us out every year. Philadelphia Homebrew. These guys are new this year. They're going to be out here pouring some homebrews later, so be sure to check them out. Cali Connection. Sarah and Don, they've hooked us up since we started doing this, they're a 3-time sponsor. They give us tote bags that we stuff the AMPS players packs with tomorrow. Those guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Next year, try to get out here. D-Town Disc Golf is, I believe, another 3rd-year sponsor. I haven't been able to make it out there, but I know a lot of folks here do go there. Those guys are awesome. Zen Water. Thank you, Brad Craig. 1st-year sponsor, longtime friend. Disco Disc Golf. This guy was an amateur that got on the wait list last year. I think that's the first time I met him. Seems like he's running some tournaments, doing some big things. Be sure to check out his booth over here. No shirts, no problems. Check them out online. I don't know these guys, but they wanted to get involved, and they've got some pretty cool t-shirts. Big thanks to Mike Sullivan, Mr. Disc Golf. He's always a friend of Sedgley. We all love him, and he hooks us up, and he helps us out. Love that guy. Liberty's Parcel, Stu Kaplan, really saved our butts with some scoreboard cards. He's a big help every year. Green and Spiegel, a 3-time sponsor. I've never met the guy, I just know he's a lawyer from Canada. Randy's company, Mac Tweed, he's the guy taking pictures today, thank you. Grizz's friends at Black Taxi. Josh Weiner and Culture Real, they put on a show and help us raise money the past 2 years. And if everything goes as planned, he's going to be putting on some live reggae music for you this afternoon.
Yeah.
And finally, East Falls Beverage, because they keep our beer cold. All right. There's been a few changes, just 2 changes in the caddy guide. We were kind of rushed on printing. I put a sign up at over here, Sedgley's 1 to 2. I believe that's 17. Just make sure you read the sign. It was mislabeled in your printed caddy book. Also, the first meadow hole, we ended up moving the basket, so I have a new graphic. The graphic in your book makes it seem a little straight on. That's a little different. That'll be a tournament hole 4. After the second meadow hole, that's 9. You'll go down the steps. Watch your step. We didn't realize those things need to be fixed, and we didn't have time to make them better. They're okay. Just please watch your step. Trying to think if I'm forgetting anything else. These road holes. Second round, it could be lined with cars. I've got signs out there, park at your own risk. Somebody's car's getting hit today, but just do your best. I think that's all I got. We're going to get you out to your holes. We're going to sound this alarm for 2 minutes, and then we're going to sound it a little longer for the start call. Hope you guys all have an awesome day. One more thing, if there's anything, anywhere that you found any OP that is questionable, as always, make a group decision. Give the benefit to the player. Provisional if you got to. I think everything's taken care of. If you have any questions, just feel free to come up and ask me. We'll take care of it. You guys have an awesome day. Shoot good. We'll have a nice party this evening. See you then.
Way to go, Hughes! All right. That's Josh Hughes, who perhaps has the worst megaphone technique in the history of mankind.
Yep, we need a scrolling bar underneath him just to read what he's trying to say.
On what he said. Anyway, I'm Andy King. This is Nate Cron. I think we're ready. John Stash has another player, and we're going to go back to him.
Good morning. Could you tell us your name and where you came from?
My name is Kevin Gleason. I came from Salisbury, Maryland, and I'm sponsored by Central Disc and Horse Bridge Golf Course.
Great. Kevin, could you tell us your PDGA number and how long have you been playing disc golf professionally?
Professionally, I've been playing for 15 years. My PDGA number is 19195, and I've been playing for 30 years altogether.
Could you tell us what is it about the Philly Open that draws you out here to play in this tournament? Do you like about it?
Josh Hughes, the TD, is one of my really good friends. We grew up together in North Carolina, and any chance I have to come and visit him, I do that.
That's great. Good to hear that. And what is it about disc golf that you love? I'm sure you love the game. What is it about it that you really love and like?
The people. You meet some interesting characters. You meet some great people. And it truly doesn't matter if I go halfway across the United States, somebody will give me a couch to sleep on.
Wow.
Just a great, great group of people.
Sweet. Good camaraderie. So listen, I want to wish you good luck.
Thank you.
Have fun and shoot well.
Okay.
Good morning, and could you tell us your name and where you're from?
Yes, my name is Mark Shuttle, and I'm from Kennett Square, Pennsylvania.
Cool. And Mark, could you tell us your PDGA number and how long have you been playing disc golf professionally?
My PDGA number is 15853, and I've been playing about 25 years. It all started here, actually, at Sedgley Woods with a big lid. So here I am again.
You were one of them guys in the way that we were yelling about.
That's right. That's right.
Love the Ultimate Players. Mark, what is it about playing in the Philly Open that you like, that draws you to this tournament?
Well, first of all, it's like a reunion. I mean, a lot of these people you don't see for a while, and you get to see them here for sure. It's like a homecoming for me, because this was the course I learned on and played on, and that's why I have a lot of aces, because it's a short course, but not in the Philly Open. But it's a competitive event, and I love it.
Yeah, awesome. That's good to hear. And what is it about disc golf that you really like? I know you played Ultimate, but what drew you to disc golf?
Well, disc golf is my retirement plan for Ultimate Frisbee. But yeah, it is. It's one of those things where you're competing against yourself, and you can never quite achieve the perfect round, which always keeps you coming back. So I just love the competitive nature of it, and the fact that you can just play almost anywhere for free, and you can play your entire life, hopefully.
Awesome. Great answer. Listen, shoot well, have fun, good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
All right, Mark, so hole 4, could you tell us how you're going to play that hole? It's real long, it's in the field, so fire away. How are you going to play that?
Well, you know, a lot of out of bounds, left and right, so it's very much of a strategic hole. Last year, the hole was a little more to the left, so I was trying to play it this week coming out practicing way to the left as far as I could go. But now that they moved the basket to the right, I'm actually shooting for the old tee pad. I'm trying to not shoot real far, but cut the corner by getting right to the edge and then jumping over the out of bounds. So I'm going out to the right and then over the out of bounds straight ahead. Hopefully that strategy will work today.
Okay, well, stay in bounds and good luck again. You're welcome, Mark. Thank you. Good morning, and we're here with, could you tell us your name and where you're from?
My name's Aaron Fahey. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Okay, Aaron. PDGA number, how long have you been playing professionally, disc golf?
Since 2005, my PDGA number is I'm a late bloomer, 44665. I had a job.
So what is it about the Philly Open that you like, that brings you here and playing this fun tournament? And
Well, I mean, the event is a little more involved than most events. You know, for a B tier, it has like we put a ton of effort into making it more of an event than just a disc golf tournament. You know, we have a great spread of food afterwards, great sponsors. We bring players from up and down the East Coast, and it's just a little more of an event than a disc golf tournament. You know,
Awesome.
That's what it is to me.
Good answer, my friend. Well, listen, thanks for coming out. Good luck. Kick ass, have fun, represent, brother.
I appreciate it.
All right, little players have made their way out to their holes, and we're about ready to get started. I think we're going to hear the horn, and I think we're going to be watching hole 18 as the players
18.
come through, and we'll see what happens.
A nice tight hole. It's new. There's an addition to it. There's a circle, pretty much at the 30-meter mark or the 10-meter mark.
An island.
An island. That's everything around that is OB, and there's a Mando right in between the initial gap that they have. So,
all right.
If you don't make even if you hit the big trees, you have the opportunity to go out of bounds. And I've seen a lot of people hit those trees, and you're only like a foot away from being out of bounds, but you still have to take it from the drop zone, and
that's right.
It adds a stroke. So you gotta.
And this is Mark Shuttle. I recognize that left-handed back throw. Mark is somebody that I have competed against for many years.
Oh my goodness!
And
yes.
He's in the Masters division.
He's definitely a big competitor. He every time I'm playing with him, he's right there with me, just putting it in my face. Even if he's beating me, I'm tied with you. You better watch out.
So Mark slid it up to only about 20 feet away, and this one looks like it's going to catch.
Ooh, that catch the last tree.
Yeah, caught the last tree, and I think dropped out of bounds.
Yep. He's going to have to take it from that drop zone right in the middle of the fairway.
Yeah.
It's a long par opportunity, pretty much undoable. You have to have a special shot to put it in. Very nice. Good run at the basket there.
You know, it sits there right in front of you, and You think you should be able to do it easily,
Right.
but just the thought of that, you only have the 30-meter or the 10-meter circle to hit it in, so it tends to make people tighten up a little bit, or throw light, or even pull it too hard.
Exactly.
So.
And there's more than one way to approach the hole. You don't have to go straight at it. There's a hyzer route and a lefty hyzer route as well, so you can go left, middle, or right on this fairway, which is fun to watch because not everyone throws the same shot, so you get to see a lot of different types of styles that people choose.
But I like to say, can you throw straight? And this is the kind of hole where get up there, it's 200 feet, throw it straight.
Throw it straight and don't go too long, too. Thankfully, they got a log up there, but you can still go out of bounds. It's not that long a hole.
It's kind of nice. The Friends of Sedgley Woods, who did all the setup, did a pretty nice job of creating that island and mulching it up really nicely so the players can see what is in bounds.
Aaron Fahey was just on the interview just before we came on, and he's been a tournament director, and he's done a lot of good work out here, especially with tee pads, putting pavers down, which are nice grippy, and he put a lot in real quick, and he's been trying to improve it ever since.
Yeah, he is a driven guy to whatever he has decided to do, and he's been dominating the local league. We have the Sedgley Tag League that's been around for about 20 years now. Aaron has won it 5 times, including 3 in a row, and then a year off, and he won again last year. So he's been playing a lot of really good golf for a long time.
He has been, and he lives pretty close, so it's easy for him to at least get out here. I'm over a half hour away, so it's not as easy for me to make the scheduled tag round times and everything. So.
Yeah, because you're definitely playing more helps.
It does,
Increases
and
your odds.
But out here, it's not the same course as what he's used to.
It's true.
Sedgley Woods has really been lengthened to a par 68, where it usually is a 54.
Here's Mark Shuttle for his birdie. Lefty. Nice one.
Very nice.
Yeah.
That's all you have to do sometimes.
Mark Shuttle is a former tag champ for a league champion.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Yeah. I think it's the kind of thing where, like, when you win it, sometimes the drive stops a little bit because you can always say, I did that now.
It does. It does a little bit. I won it once as well. I haven't been out here as much. I'm sure if I was still pushing for that goal, I'd be out here as much as I could.
And probably be winning.
Well, we'll see. He puts up a lot of good numbers, so hopefully he finishes well today and represents Sedgley as he should. Yeah. But he's done so much work. It's almost hard to have a TD play as well because there's so much else stressing you out. Yeah, there's no split.
Well, and there's Josh Hughes has been working extremely hard too, and he has sort of a core group of volunteers that have really helped. And we're not playing the regular Sedgley layout. That this is an extended, joining up some holes and a couple new field holes. So it's a little bit different. Even for the locals who are playing, it's a different experience for them.
Yep, and we throw a lot of out of bounds in there. So we bring the road into play, and we do there's been a lot of roping. So I commend the guys who come out here and who do a lot of the work to put all these tournaments together. I mean, there's a lot of rope that these guys put out, and to make it more challenging. That's what we really want. We want it to be hard.
Yeah.
We don't want it to be easy. I mean, Sedgley's, we'll say, on the easier side of things,
sure.
But obviously we want to compete and do the best we can, so we want to make it harder for ourselves as well.
Well, it is a beginner's course. We sort of pride ourselves on being able to have beginners come out and not have to make 18 throws just to reach the basket. I played some of the newer courses like Iron Hill down in Delaware, and that is just long,
with a good shot.
You got to be long and accurate.
You have to be long and accurate, and you can't stray away from the fairway because you'll be adding strokes very quickly.
Now, I wish we could tell you who all these players were, but due to technical difficulties, we don't know who everyone is. We will comment on the people that we know.
I see a lefty, left-handed thrower. Let's see how he approaches it. A lot of people just go down the middle.
Yeah.
But obviously there's other routes. Oh, that's Joe Mela. I can tell for sure. That's a great looking shot. Joey knows how to throw it straight down the middle. He's been playing it for
What do
years.
they call him, the technician?
The technician. He
Former world champion.
Former world champion. You know, he's not going to let anything get behind him. He's going to stay focused and put everything he can into this round.
Yeah. So
Got
super
Matt LaCourte
involved at Tyler State Park.
Yep. Ooh, Matt got around that one tree. Oh, he lucks out. He lucks out. I thought he was going to kick the other way. I couldn't believe that. Good shot by Matt LaCourte. And we got,
Is this
it
Ray
looks
Rogers?
like our man Ray Rogers.
Famous for wearing shorts in
When it's
every
freezing out.
I have like my ski pants on and raisin
Yeah,
shorts.
I was young and I used to wear shorts. Obviously, I'm not doing that today.
No.
I know it's April, but it's
And that's a nice
60s,
one. That'll be
I
a
think.
20-footer.
Yeah,
He's
our
one of
man.
those guys who is a figure that you'll recognize, because he is a unique-looking guy and a unique attitude, and
Yeah,
but a very good guy.
He always he always makes you want to play better and play for fun. Ooh, and a last-second tree.
Was that Barry? Barry Leaper?
Barry Leaper.
Could be.
We see Hughes walking out on the course, putting a
that's a-
CTP in.
Yeah. So that must
Looks
have been
like
Joe's
there's a-
shot.
Must have been Joey's.
Yeah.
Of course. How can it not be Joey's? The technician.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a lot of power, but he throws it super accurate and makes 90% of his putts.
Yeah.
And it's all about making putts in the end.
True that. Like just like regular golf.
Mm-hmm.
Drive for show, putt for dough.
Yep. That's
Throws a
always
little hammer. That's interesting. From the drop zone. I guess that's pretty easy. You're not going to go too long. You just put it in there. He wasn't even trying for a birdie, really, just laying up for a par.
Yeah. Hard to get your par. It's a far shot.
Yeah.
It's
a long
over. It's a almost.
Plus, your
100
brain's
feet.
kind of melting because you're like,
Oh
how
my
did I not
goodness,
hit
yeah.
the island?
I missed a 220-foot hole
Right.
straight, and
Right.
it's not a big. It's not too tight.
No.
That. So
Used to
you're
be tighter.
You're going to be angry at yourself if you miss this.
Yes. And here's
Especially
Ray
on the
with his
putt.
shot.
I know I've been where our man has been and not made the putt. Thank you very much. But
he's a famous straddle putter.
Yes.
Always been that way.
I'm going to say he makes this 100% of the time. He usually does not miss.
Nice
There it
shot.
is.
All right. That's a birdie.
Our man Rogers.
And here's Matt LaCourte.
Out of the court for the birdie. Getting off that little glance off the tree. There it is.
Oof. We don't have to watch a replay of that one.
No slow.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Matt. People don't need to know that it barely went in.
Glenn Patterson.
Nice.
Joe Mala's protege in a way. Just taught him everything about the game. Bucks County guy.
First time I ever saw Glenn was when he did a demo at River Sharks baseball game. He
Oh, you went to that?
He did. He threw
Did you?
one over the center field fence from home plate. That was fun to watch, and the crowd
I
went
heard
pretty
it.
wild, man. A home run is a home run.
Hey,
whether it's with a
I would have
baseball
loved to have
or a
been there
disc.
and at least to attempt it.
Yeah,
Even if I couldn't, I know
You
he's got a bomb.
you could.
It's
I've seen you throw.
and you got to get up too though.
Yeah.
You got to get high though.
Right.
He's trying to
Gotta
clear
finish at least 12
get
feet
into the
high.
stand still.
All right.
Alrighty. We'll wait for the next group to come up. But
So, how's it being a dad? Speaking of that, you have a child asleep in the car right now.
no, not in the car. Someone's watching him. He's in the stroller
Okay.
at the moment.
So you might have to cut out at some point to go take
Yeah,
care of Brock.
I definitely will. He's gonna wake up soon, and it's almost about that time to get some food in him. So
How is it being a dad, man?
it's a different life, It's great because I want to teach them to be a better person than I am. So it's great to try and instill some good values in a new person.
Copy that.
You know.
I
So
like that. And from what I've seen, he's a pleasant little dude.
well, thank you. And I haven't been out too much, but he was having a ball out here throwing some discs earlier with the other people. Hey, I got a friend coming over.
We have a third seat that's been brought in.
seat?
Let me see if we
Who
can
could
figure
it
out
be?
who any of these people are.
Who could it be?
Is that
Do you need a
Kevin
microphone?
Lebowski?
No, no. It's just so we can frame it up.
That is Jerome from Sellersville.
Ah.
What do we got? He's looking
We
at
didn't
it.
see
He
the
didn't look
outcome.
happy. He didn't look
No,
happy with that.
you saw the shoulder slump.
What's going on? You're right. Penis? See if
Right
you
in.
can.
Okay.
Maybe he sits there. You won't
Tell
see
you,
it
we
anymore.
got lucky with the weather today. It's a
Oh, I
beautiful,
know.
crisp spring day.
I know it's a little chilly,
Yeah.
just a little bit chillier than you would want it to be. Especially if you're sitting around. If you're playing golf, you're fine right now.
Copy that.
You're sitting around, it's a little chilly. But tomorrow is going to be rough for the amateurs. I heard about the weather. My
Yeah.
hat's off to you.
Yeah.
Good luck.
I almost rented a big tent. I called a place yesterday. I saw how miserable it was going to be. I was going to try to get a big tent just for people to at least be able to hang out,
Okay.
not getting soaked. But
Send them up on the course a little bit.
yeah, the latest stuff says maybe it'll stop a little earlier than we thought. So
Good.
maybe they won't be.
It's going
too
to be a little
abused.
colder, so if the rain can hold up, that would be super beneficial for them. I would hate to be out here in the pouring rain, even though I probably would be.
Well, that was unfortunate. That guy hit a tree and didn't go out of bounds on his first throw, but then his upshot, he hit another tree.
Oh, no.
And he was
stayed
out of
OB.
bounds. Yeah.
Oh, the first one was inbounds.
Yeah, so it was
and
short of the
then-
moat, so he was
Well,
okay.
I think you just have to take it from the last spot I went out at that point. I think the
No, back to the drop zone.
drop zone
That's the
for
rule on the
every-
island. Yeah, anything that's
even-
not on the island.
So wait, if you putt it out of bounds, you
You're
putt
back
it,
to the
it
drop
goes
zone.
out of bounds. You got to go back to the drop zone.
I believe.
Well, make your
I could
putt.
be wrong.
Make your putt, people.
Yeah.
Don't stop.
All right, we're back, and we have one of today's vendors who I have not met yet, but I have seen you.
I'll
My
hand
name's
over the
Andy.
mic.
Who are you?
Josh.
Hi, Josh.
Thanks.
Hold it up here, brother. So tell us what you're doing here today.
Well, we've got a grassroots disc golf apparel company that we've started up.
What's it called?
Disco.
Nice.
Yeah.
Disco.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the logo? Is that your main logo? The
Yeah,
pineapple?
it's the pineapple right now. So we got the shirt I'm wearing here.
Nice.
That's our lettering logo.
Okay.
The
And
So-
put one of these up again so we can see that.
You got to be able to see it out there in the woods.
Yeah, that's a cool logo. Actually, I was walking past your place earlier and saw this. I think I might have to get myself a pineapple just because they're cool.
yeah, we'll be out here all day tomorrow too. So
Okay. You got rain gear?
nah, we're actually I mean
I'm just kidding, dude.
we're gonna get prepared for it
Yeah,
tonight
it's gonna-
though. So
get yourself a tent or some big umbrellas or something.
and yeah, two of us are playing tomorrow as well.
Oh,
so
really?
yeah, we're gonna have a couple guys here just at the tent too.
So Josh, is it your company or you with somebody else?
Yeah, it's me and my buddy PJ.
Okay.
Yep.
And how long you been doing it?
Well, I've had the idea now for a little over a year, and we're just now getting going with some inventory. We got a couple different T-shirt designs and a couple different custom stamped discs that we're getting from Dynamic with the Latitude 64 and Westside Plastic as well.
Cool. It's a growing market. You know, we were up at D-Town Disc Golf store the other day, and you realize Adidas is getting into it. They're making shoes. You know, so
Oh,
you
yeah.
can tell that the market is exploding.
Yeah, they
Sponsored.
yeah
now.
Macbeth just got that Adidas sponsorship. That's huge for the sport.
Leatherman, a local female, our local lady, got sponsored by Adidas as well.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
And she won the national this year for the US for the girls, so that's exciting. She's a really good girl. I've known her since she was very young, and so that's exciting. And so you'll be out all day tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll be here all day tomorrow.
Do you have a
and,
website you want to plug?
We don't. The website's a work in progress right now. We got a Facebook page, but we have an Instagram account.
Okay.
So that's at Disco Disc Golf.
Okay.
And
And what's your Facebook name?
It's Disco Disc Golf. You'll find it on there.
Okay.
And my name's Josh D'Amico. You can find my page on there and get to it that way as well. So.
You got any Discraft plastic?
I have. I was telling you earlier. I throw a Challenger.
As a sponsored Discraft player, I would like to see more Discraft plastic out there, so to get to.
No doubt, and I wouldn't rule out the possibility of putting in a custom stamped Discraft order at some point.
All right.
As well. So.
I'll have to talk to my people.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get together there.
That's definitely a possibility.
Josh, good to meet you, man. Good luck with the
meet
company.
you.
Disco
Thank you.
Disc Golf?
Disco Disc Golf. Yeah,
Right,
it's
man,
kind of like
it's a
a
good name.
play on words, like this company.
Yeah.
So.
Now it's one word, D-O-C-O?
Yeah, here, hold this.
See yourself on camera there, brother.
No, you're wrapped up. There
you go.
You're not on the
Here,
camera
brother,
yet.
look right here. Down a little bit more.
Little lower.
Come on, there we go.
Bang. Disco.
Disco Disc Golf. All right, Josh, good to meet you, brother.
Good to meet you guys.
See you, man.
Enjoy.
Right.
We will have. I'm sure
saw
we'll
somebody
see
throw a
him.
tomahawk.
Are you kidding me? On
Yeah.
18, on the tee
Oh,
box.
that's Pat. I know him, and yeah, he's a good guy.
Yep. We got the red-headed maniac on the tee.
We don't know him, so it's okay that we call him Red-Headed Maniac.
No. We know him. Oh, he might have.
I didn't see where it ended up.
He might have stayed safe.
We didn't get a shot of our flag man.
Who is this? Who do we got?
Oh, that's a nice look.
Turned over a little bit. I don't think it's coming back.
He is out of bounds.
Sorry.
You'll be from the drop zone.
Yep.
And this is the guy who I called Swede in 20 years.
Oh, no. Lebowski. Mr. Kevin, stay off the trees.
I think he might have caught.
Could be in.
Tough
He
to
doesn't
read the
look too
body
happy, though.
language.
Yeah.
Didn't give anything away. I think he might have just caught the.
Could
the
be
right
right on
side.
the edge. How many people has? Well, formerly 18. It looks like it says 16 on the tee pad there.
Right. Different layout for the Philly Open. Normally, our home hole 18.
Yep. With
which is
no
nice
out
because
of
you're
bounds.
walking and throwing back towards. Most of the spectators hang up by the basket of 18.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of fun. They've
Yeah,
been
it's
reacting today to putts and.
People really give you a hard time if you're inside that
Welcome to
circle.
Sedgley.
Welcome to Sedgley. You better make that putt, otherwise you're gonna get booed.
Right.
It has to happen.
That's Kevin?
To me. That's Kevin.
Wow. I used to play with him up at Jordan Creek.
Yeah, he's one for known for wearing shorts as well.
Yeah. That's wild.
In these cold
And I
days.
also saw Robin Billig today. That's one of the first people I played with. So he should be coming around a little bit.
Robin. A force to be
another
reckoned with.
lefty.
The lefty.
He's
Him,
kind of
Mark
like
Shuttle.
he's like a Mela too. He doesn't throw a mile, but he.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa!
Whoa! He just took the rubber piece off the sign. I saw that pop off.
So that was he was not out of bounds apparently. That was his second shot on this side of the moat. So that was for a birdie.
Here you go, first drop zone throw. Let's see if he can get it a run. Ooh, good looking
Little short,
chance,
yeah.
but
And now this
it's a long opportunity. Just over the line, inches, like maybe a half an inch.
Yeah.
Almost. You either at that point sometimes you gotta. Maybe you want to lay up. Do you want that extra stroke added?
Well, I learned something today.
Good bit.
That on an island type of thing like this, if you just happen to catch the front string and just be over a little bit, it's not out of bounds, and then you get to move it forward.
You do.
A meter.
Yep.
Towards the basket, so you're not standing out of bounds when you throw.
You can't be further away because it's a circle.
Right.
So you can only go perpendicular to the line of the OB. And yeah, I saw someone was resting on the line, and he was right next to a tree. So you kind of have to pick your spot. You can't go with that full meter inwards.
Copy
so
that.
He if he had taken his full meter, he would have been standing on a tree, on the trunk of a tree. So sometimes you just gotta take it back wherever you can.
But I didn't realize that if one of your feet is out of bounds and then you putted it out of bounds again, it was never in bounds. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
like,
you have to have all supporting points in bounds, even on the tee box.
been playing a long time. I never knew that.
I mean, if you just play local events, you don't get to hear the rules very often.
Yeah.
Big events like this,
I'm just a tag guy.
allow people. Yeah, well, exactly.
Yeah.
Tags are
I
for
played a
having
few
fun for the
PDGA
most part.
events back when I was younger and stronger and better.
Rules have changed.
Yeah.
So.
But it's also just, for me personally, that I'm just impatient for the pace of play in PDGA stuff. But I respect the guys that do it really well.
Well, I mean, disc golf is it's
gonna
a
be
much
short and
quicker,
out of bounds.
much quicker sport than regular golf,
Absolutely.
ball golf. So, a lot of people want to have that quick pace with their
Right. Well, and
throwing
if you get used to
style.
playing casual golf and you know our tag league, that pace is one thing. Is that calm?
Calm, it looks like.
Talk about a little mighty might, man. He's another cat who's little, but he can throw it.
Masters now, I think, too. There you go. There's
Going
the hyzer.
hyzer route.
Camera
Panning
guy can't keep up.
Panning back.
Oh, that's
Ooh,
see?
nice one. Skips it right by.
You don't have to throw it up the middle.
Nice camera
Beautiful.
work by. Is that Kevin on the candy cam?
Yeah.
And who's doing the landing zone? Tom Harmon with some really nice coverage there.
Yeah. You
And
don't
this is
see a lot
Brad
of people
Craig?
going hyzer.
Oh.
So.
I think Brad
Started to
got
adjust
knocked
the
down.
camera.
No, here he is. I thought he.
Here it is on the tee. Brad
Brad
Craig,
Craig,
local
another
favorite.
long-time Sedgley guy. Worked very hard to try to get us a water fountain here at Sedgley. But we,
That's
you know,
hard to do.
No, and he looks like he might get caught up.
Come on,
in-
get that hyzer in. Oh, just a little wide. Couldn't cut it in time. Yeah, if you're a local, you kind of get that abuse. You better know what you're doing, you local. Turned it. Will it roll back? Negative.
Nope.
There's a red flag. You hate that red flag.
Yeah.
You just want to punch the guy holding the red flag, don't you? You just want to punch him. You want to knock him out for
my
holding a red
God.
flag. You're like, you better check again. You better check again.
This is one of my favorite views of Sedgley, though.
Mm-hmm.
It's always nice because the sun sets from that view, and we sit here.
Very much so.
I've been looking at that view for 20 years. And it's amazing the number of trees that have come down, but we try to keep up. You see a lot of fresh saplings as these guys walk along.
Yes.
And
yes, Sedgley Woods had a big project out here not too long ago.
yeah, we try to keep
planting
up.
a bunch of trees.
There's a lot of diseased trees that are being taken down by the park.
That's right.
And so we do the best we can to
Yeah,
keep up, but obviously a tree comes down a lot faster than it grows.
I had a tree in my house that was, it was unfortunate because it was a big, nice tree. It provided a lot of shade, but it just had that, there was the rot, there was some disease. I had to take it down, and you have to deal with it. But it's good to see that, you know, Sedgley is a park that doesn't, you know, you'd rather actually not have bigger fairways.
Yeah, no.
So if we could put more trees in, why not?
Well, you know, I'm going to sound like the old guy in the room now, but speaking of old guys, Paul Fine gave me a video from 1985, and I literally could barely recognize it.
I was not born.
Paul Fine
then.
is our resident curmudgeon and also a former world champ, but he only had 3 people in his division, or he had 4 and 2 of them dropped out.
He is a legend.
Yeah.
A legend champion.
A sweet man.
Probably only, like you said, a handful of people who are still playing the sport at that age. You know, 70.
82.
He's 82 now. You know,
82. He won
70 plus.
he won the world championships when he was 76, and never lets us forget it.
Oh yeah, he's still out
You get
here.
in an argument with him, it's like, oh, yeah, are you a world champ? No, Paul, I'm not.
Yep,
God.
I can't make that argument. He'll always beat me there.
So I have to comment on Brad Craig because he's somebody I used to compete against too, and he threw it out of bounds there. And then he
Craig,
he kind of cheesed his upshot too. So knowing Brad,
oh, he heard me.
There's a chance this may not go in because sometimes Brad has the cascading effect. When a couple of things go wrong, his brain melts a little bit. So
you gotta let that go.
Let's see what happens with this 12-footer.
It's tournament time too, so you gotta really put it together. Come on, Craig.
Nice
Come
up.
on, Brad.
Wah, 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 wah.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Now, why would you even try?
Ooh. Maybe it's good there was no audio on the players right there.
Yeah.
And here's Com for his birdie.
Birdie.
Nice.
Great
He,
job, Com.
yeah.
Well done. Especially taking that hyzer route.
Yeah.
There's a little more foliage up there, so you can get hit down a lot quicker. You got to have it tight when you go that hyzer route.
You're more likely to hit something you can't see than.
Yeah, especially with the fact that, we just put new trees in. A lot of new trees are blocking those hyzer shots, those local routes that we like to take.
Yeah.
But, we wanted to find the fairway here. There's a shot that turned over too much.
Oh, look
Wow.
at that kick.
Wow.
Wow, that's amazing.
I wish.
That was a good 20-foot kick off
I think
that tree.
everyone wishes they were that guy.
That is, that's special.
That's special. Here we go. Oh, one of my buddies from down south, Keith. See what he can do on the tee pad here.
Where's he from?
From Virginia. He's with a lot of guys who came up from Northern Virginia. Come on. That's not what you want to see.
Oh.
At least he's got a little smile
Yeah.
going. He's not hating himself too much, obviously.
It's early in the day. Give him time.
Yeah, don't miss that second round now. You got another chance at it.
Can't quite
And for
pick up
all the
disc.
people who
Oh,
actually
that slides
make
up there?
don't miss it.
No.
You got to hit this both rounds. I know.
Well, you
if
certainly expect yourself to. Out of all the holes, this is pretty much the only hole that is super birdieable.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of things are extended today, so there's not a whole lot of 220-foot
Very nice.
shots.
Inside the
That's
circle
be nice.
there.
That's about a 20-footer. So, but I love that view. I do.
I hear you. I haven't been coming out for 20 years myself, but for the 10 years I have been coming out here, it's.
Yeah, I didn't start playing disc golf till '95, and met some guys up in Allentown, and then we went to Jordan Creek, and that was the first disc golf course I played back before. It's been moved around a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
But and then a musician friend of mine told me about Thursdays at Sedgley, and he said there's a doubles event where it's for beginners, and I came out and met a couple people, and then I was hooked.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and all the old professionals such as yourself at this point. I mean, you're a young kid back then, and now you're.
Well, I was never a young kid. I didn't start playing until I was 37, so that's the problem.
Oh yeah, see, and even I started before I was 20, 18, and it's I'd rather start at 10, even earlier than that.
Sure.
But
you
can whenever you can get out here.
Well, I became, kind of addicted to it, just like many people because the learning curve, if you've ever thrown a Frisbee in your life, the learning curve for disc golf is good. Like you see improvements, and as you're getting better, it just makes you want to come out and do better.
Especially when you come out here and a lot of the older folks are just giving you a hard time about not making those easy shots.
Yep.
They'll let you know.
Ooh,
and
just a little short.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm proud that I was tag champion at 50 years old. That's something I can stand by.
Cheers. Cheers, buddy. That's always an accomplishment, especially, you got a bunch of young kids out here coming, so one of my friends, Richie Klinger, who's playing out here today.
Radiator Rich. He's an Allentown guy.
He's an Allentown guy, and he just took down another one of my buddies, a DGA-sponsored player, a young kid. Took down a young kid at a very long course, and
nice.
It's you can't.
Every once in a while, I see
you can't count yourself out, especially if you're a little bit older.
Yeah.
You can still compete if you're hitting fairways and hitting putts.
Yeah, exactly. And like we said before, Sedgley is not a lengthy course, so in some ways it's an equalizer for players who can't throw a mile.
Exactly.
Nice putt there.
There you go, Keith. Unfortunately, that's a bogey because you go out of bounds. You are pretty much getting a bogey right away. Who is this coming over? Who's this guy?
I didn't hear any of that. Oh.
Who's this guy? Who's this guy? Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. He heard us. He heard us. From out of the woods comes the goat, the old goat. Well, how you doing?
We were just talking about you, my friend. Oh, yeah? You must be Beetlejuice. We were talking about your world championship. Were you 76 when you won the Worlds?
72.
72?
72.
Was that long ago? It was 2006?
When you're having fun.
It's a shorter percentage of your life than it is of mine.
It's true. I got more behind me than ahead of you.
Uh-oh.
Ahead
Two
of me.
mics. It's like Jerry.
2 mics.
Jerry Garcia. All right, here.
Oh,
Just
okay.
take it and hold it about here, Paul.
Okay.
So, what the hell are you doing here?
I have no idea.
That's pretty much what it's like always with you.
Yeah, all the time.
Listen, I watched you park this morning, and watching you park is always a 20-minute adventure. But today, somehow you were able to pull in and begin to back up without recognizing that there was a tent
I did not
where you
see the
normally,
pole.
and a table, and a cooler. So,
Well,
anyway,
you're gonna get technical.
this is Paul Fine, who we call the GOAT, the old GOAT. The only person who's had a memorial tournament named after him, even though he's still bugging the hell out of us. But anyway, you have some discs here. You want to show something off?
I have a few.
Paul is a historian. Not only, he's one of the earliest disc golf players and the first person really to take control of Sedgley Woods and to help make it become what it is today. Because the baskets were put in 1977, and we're only here for a couple of years. And Paul was one of the first players that would come out and sort of safeguard the course while other people were out here, because it really wasn't safe.
It wasn't safe.
A lot of cars would be broken into, so it was a bit of a battle to sort of stake our claim here, and you're one of the first stakers, so we appreciate that. So you have been playing a long time, and you've been collecting a long time.
Yes.
And then you told me about your sort of museum of discs and stuff, and that you're starting to maybe put some of it up for sale. Are these things you're looking to sell or just show off?
Oh no, these are for sale. This is 1970 something. Whammo, Monica Lou, and I think Peter Bloom signature disc.
If you look at the back, you can, as you can see, the clothes. It looks like a Cheerios box from 1970.
That disc is older than I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a nice.
It looks like it's in better condition.
Craig Van Sickle, one of the greats, and Laura Engel. They were world champions in '97 mold.
Wasn't she from Little House on the Prairie? Laura Ingalls? Sorry.
You're going to confuse me. I'm going home.
That's amazing.
And I've got other signature discs.
What's that little orange thing with the bubbles on it? Over that end.
Oh. Oh, it is orange. I thought it was yet red. This is a Keds flying saucer.
From what year? This almost looks pre-Frisbee.
Like late 60s, 70s, somewhere in there.
Right. That's amazing.
That looks like an alien spaceship, more or less.
This is recent. This is a rock, the new Rock VC, but it's a first run, and it makes it fly better. It makes it worth more if you get your hands on it.
Whatever.
Yeah, right. Just because you throw disc craft.
Ooh.
Uh-oh. Better craft?
It's better than this.
Listen,
Look, I stole a disc from Scott by mistake.
Yeah, you did. I saw you.
Yeah, Scott, you do pineapple disc? Yeah, thanks, buddy. Thanks for coming.
if the world-class players weren't sponsored, they'd have a mixture of manufacturers' disc in their bag.
Right?
I know it.
Right. Just because there's difference in the plastic and the shapes and stuff? You believe
Some discs work better with some. There's a few people that only like it a certain manufacturer, let's say, and they can't stand another. But there are others that mix the bag because they don't have a vested interest other than winning.
Right.
Winning.
And they're not beholden to any
Winning.
one company.
Winning is.
You're slipping into your walk in there.
Yeah.
You got to winning.
Winning. Well, no, I'm going in. John Wayne hit winning.
So Paul, put this up in my lap so you have to stop reaching.
Here.
So, is there any way when you say you're going to put these up for sale, what's the best way for people to contact you or to get in touch to say they're interested in a particular disc? And meanwhile, the Hells Angels are pulling by, so
They want my plastic. That's.
They've heard there's a 1973. No. Anyway.
They can go to they can go Facebook Paul Fine.
Okay.
They can go to Old Goat 4031
Okay.
at Comcast.net.
Okay.
They can get in touch with Donnie Brooks,
Okay.
who I've just made a deal with. He's gonna film my plastic and show it and deal with it and all that.
Okay.
Because he was
You have quite a collection. What would you say? How many pieces do you think you have?
over 10,000.
Wow. It's
Donnie,
a fine line between collecting and hoarding.
I am a collectible. I'm a hoarding collector.
Nice.
Brings it out here, then it's not hoarding. It
That's
can't be
true.
hoarding. He's selling them.
Now here's something interesting. This is a mini. Jim Powers, who was the first president and who really put this whole Sedgley Woods together. People don't understand that because he only shows up now for the New Year's Day tournament.
Yes.
He's the one who does the toast at noon. And
Yes.
starts the tournament.
Yes, and he was the first. It was him and Stork and Whammo that got this whole thing with the city put together in the first place.
So have we determined that this is the second oldest course in the world?
This is
Maybe after Oak Grove in California?
Yeah, this is the oldest, second oldest course, disc pole hold course.
Excuse me a second, Paul. Here's somebody I know, Adam Vanderslice, throwing. Oh, he hung it out.
Something I've said a lot, that Sedgley Woods has turned more people onto the game of disc golf than any other course ever. Because at one time it was the only disc pole hold course on the East Coast.
Okay.
You want to talk about how many colleges and universities surround this place within
Right.
an hour or less ride?
It's sort of surprising that Philadelphia's not kept up with the number of people who now play. I mean, we here at Sedgley who have prided ourselves on getting new people out to play and locals, but we're reaching a max capacity thing, and so I hope that Philadelphia. Oh, that was Stu?
That was Stu Stroh.
Oh,
Local, put it up.
nice. Yeah, I hope we get another course somewhere in Philly soon, because
Well-
we don't want to overtax this course.
I think there's something bigger than that this place proves. This is North Philly. This was a very, very dangerous place. Murders were right over there by hole 10, okay?
Yeah, even when I came out, it was
Okay.
you'd see crack vials and
What
needles
we've
and
done
rubbers.
here could be, if taken the right way, spread anywhere. You got an area, you got some land, we can populate it so that it's not an area where crime is being committed.
Right.
Yeah, it's at least.
And it doesn't have to just be Philly. It can be anywhere. You know, anywhere, Montgomery County, Chester County, any county that's got some land.
It makes you want to come outside and enjoy the fact that you're actually here.
Yep.
On this earth, and here's a great opportunity to do something.
I want to comment on this real quick. This is Aaron Stein, who was a former regular and a really strong player. He's moved out to the West Coast.
Oh!
And almost threw in his three
was
there.
chains, right?
Yeah, almost got a 3. But a really good dude and a good friend.
Yeah, good.
And this is Adam Vanderslice with his drop zone shot. Nope, yanked it a bit. So
Left himself some work.
you're right. I was when I mentioned you earlier, Paul. I said how much we have improved this little corner of Fairmount Park, and really proud of it, and love it here.
This goes really far back. Myself, Shannon Wynn, Avery Loftus, I think, or Avery and Dana, we were here. It was late. We were playing. We were fooling around, hanging out, and a cop car pulled in. And he did a whole number on this. He says, "You, Shannon, Zieglerville, what are you doing here?" And he says,
Oh.
"Playing disc golf." You know?
That was Stu Straw. Let me cut in here, Paul. That was Stu Straw who just cheesed his 20-footer, which so I know he will not be happy with that. Although Stu is a really level-headed cat. I've never seen him get upset about anything. And there's Adam making his 4. There's Aaron for his 4. Good putt. And here's Stu for his 3.
too bad after everyone.
So
else takes the
anyway,
floor.
after that, I was annoyed, and I lived in Philadelphia at the time, and I got in touch with Captain McMenamin, who was the captain of Fairmount Park, and I said, look, and I told him what happened. I says, look, you've got a chart that shows crime. Every hour we're here, less crime shows up on your chart.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah.
I know that, and you know that I know that. So work with us, and they have ever since.
Yeah,
They
they've
really
been
have.
really cool, and
Yeah.
we donate a bulletproof vest every year to the local precinct, and I think that's helped foster a good relationship.
Yeah.
And they've been really good. We had a gun scare out here a few weeks ago, and one of the players came in and was like really spooked and said, I saw a guy waving a gun at a bunch of people, and they were screaming. And so he came in, he was upset. We called the cops, and they were here in about 6 minutes. And it turns out it was a student making a film. And they hadn't checked with us. They hadn't asked. They hadn't checked with the park. They hadn't done anything. And so the policeman came, and they walked down and spoke to them. And nothing bad happened, but they were really cool about it. And it was just nice to know that they have our back if we need them. And we have great respect for them and appreciate that. So.
And they appreciate the fact that there's 70, 80 cars here today.
Yeah. And they appreciate the fact that we have a porta potty now.
Yes, they do.
They'll swing by
Yes,
and,
they
and
do.
sample that at their leisure. I mean, I know we say that lightly, but that was something that we didn't used to have.
Tell me about it.
And I think it's half the reason why we have about a 20-fold female population out here now is because they have someplace where they can go.
Females always had a place where they could go, and they went. It was too bad. You know?
Yeah, but dude.
Yeah, no, I
more
agree.
come now that they have someplace to
oh,
go.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It's locked up for the ladies too. We make it especially. You know,
That's a nice run. Ooh, nestles right up. That might be the new CTP right there. Closest to the pin for the
This is
uneducated.
nice. Let's see. This must be a better group. This is a better
Uh,
group.
I love Stu. Stu gets lower than anybody else I've ever seen when they drive. I call him the ninja driver. It's never like more than 4 feet off the ground. Sliding in. Oh.
What do you think?
That's like 6 inches.
What do you think? An easy two putt
How do I
from
know
there?
that? No, that's like don't hit your head when you lean over to pick it up.
Yeah. You know, I saw 1988. I saw Snapper Pearson.
Snapper Pearson.
Yeah,
That's not a real name.
No, yeah, it is. And he's a big wheel in the sport too.
Really?
He's got hundreds of hole-in-ones and all that stuff.
Yeah.
He runs a course in California.
Snapper Pearson.
Yeah. Anyway, he picked his disc up, which was under the basket, and it fell, hit, and it fell, and it was a stroke.
I heard a story about a similar story to that today. A young player named Matt Deering was telling me that he was in a tournament and he went to pick up and one motion, went to putt it, caught the basket, and dropped back at his feet.
always pay attention to your putt.
I tried to give him
There
good
are
advice.
no gimmies, right?
No.
There are no
I said, at
gimmies.
least take a breath before you go to putt. Thank God.
You sure know how to hurt a guy's feelings.
So, Paul, thanks for stopping by, and thanks for everything you've done for the game of disc golf and for Sedgley Woods.
Thank you very much, Paul.
And I look forward to today when the memorial tournament is for real. Yeah. Thanks for coming, Goat. Here, we'll get this, brother. We'll get it.
Thank you, Mr. Fine.
All right. There you go.
The Old Goat Tournament, the Memorial Tournament, probably.
Oh my God. Same cozy he's had for 3,000 years.
4,000 years. Sorry, we got that wrong. We'll get that corrected. Now that's probably the
where we
only
at?
the Old Goat Tournament. Someone just smashed a putt. Who do we got? Caleb.
Caleb Hoff.
Caleb. Local.
A former tag champion.
Yes, sir.
And a really good artist. And plumber. And a good dude.
Yep. Overall, good guy. Never upset or down.
Yeah.
And the Paul Fine Tournament, we were just talking about the memorial. It's probably the only event where everyone gets paid.
No, we've turned the memorial into Milk the Goat.
The Milk the Goat, yeah.
Milk the Goat, where you get paid to come out. If you finish 2 rounds, Goat gives you $1.
That's right.
So
you get paid no matter what. Come out and play because you'll
it's
get
fun.
money.
Yeah.
We want
All right,
people to
that's
come out.
Stu
and
with
play.
his drop in.
That's a
And
beautiful
that's the closest
birdie.
to the
That
pin.
looks like the
Yeah, I think that's gonna be a tough one. So
Oh.
I think he's gonna probably be getting the prize.
Oh man, I wonder what it is. Hope it's
A
a
year's
Discraft
supply of
disc. Hope
baby's
it's
arm holding an
Discraft.
apple.
Oh man, there's been a lot of OB on 18. I've
Surprising
seen.
amount. A lot of good players here, just not able to make the throw.
Yep, it gets
So
to
let's see
you.
what we got here.
It really gets to you. That's Jay Klein.
Nice.
Throws lefty and righty. He's gonna go righty today. That's his dominant hand.
Yeah.
But he can throw lefty about 350, probably 400. That's
Nice
good
long
run at the
line,
pin.
Settle. Nice.
It's right inside
about
his
20-footer.
range. He should get that.
Yeah, I remember the first time I played with Jay, and he, after a couple great right-handed drives, he stood up and ripped a left-hand, and I was like, whoa.
Dan Janowski,
Aw.
another local.
Nice, Dan.
Drilling it down the fairway. Very
Dan,
nice.
Also a new parent.
Also a new parent. He's got a 1-year-old now.
Wyatt,
Just had
maybe one of the cuter babies ever.
You shut your mouth. My kid's cuter.
Not cuter than Brock, dude.
My kid's cuter. I'll destroy you. You will.
You'll go
feel
down.
My wrath. I wish my kid was awake right now.
Aw. Give him some airtime.
Yeah, give him some airtime. Get a little Discraft hat on him. Here's Andy DeFranzo.
Ah.
Also
dude.
good up-and-coming player. Has been dominating a bunch of the events. Ooh, that's right on the line. I don't
that
know.
Might be
I
that
can't
scenario
tell.
we were talking about.
Can't tell.
We'll see here in a minute whether he was actually in or out.
Yep. They're gonna have to go up and see. Dan
Yeah, Andy's a
Janowski,
good guy. Another one of those
FaceTime.
little guys who can throw it a mile. And,
Mhm.
and also a really good drummer, which I didn't know.
Very good drummer.
Yeah.
Very good drummer.
He posted
I've
something on
seen him.
Facebook the other day, and I was very impressed.
You ever drive out with him at a tournament? He's always doing some
Tapping
sort of
stuff.
and it's
Yeah, I have
good.
that
It's,
affliction,
you
too.
can hear what song he's playing.
Yeah.
Just by drumming on the steering wheel or on his knees or
I think
anything
that
like
might
that.
be one of my favorite things about disc golf is, people out here and they sort of know them as golfers, but a lot of people have no idea what they do with the rest of their life.
Right.
I'm close to them, and but so Andy's one of those cats where great golfer, and then you find out he's a really good drummer.
He's got something else going on, and he actually wants to do this too.
Yeah. So here's that scenario we were talking about. Apparently he was in. Now he's taking his
He
meter,
was
Brock.
right
Yeah.
in.
Nice coverage by Kevin there.
You get
because you cannot be standing out of bounds when you putt. So they've
No.
got to, by rule, they have to give you enough room to stand inbounds. So that's
right.
why he went forward towards the basket.
Although Andy, usually people take 3 steps and they mark that as their meter. He has a smaller.
He has to take 17 strides to make the meter.
He could probably take 4 steps and that would be his meter. Most people are taking 3.
Let's see if he can
Come
take
on,
advantage
buddy.
of this
Yeah.
extra meter.
Let's see this putt go in. Little low. You got the gallery in the background. You can't let that get to you. Oh, I see you over there. I see you. Don't look at me like that.
He did the insta shoulder drop even before the disc hit the basket. I hate that feeling when you
Big
know you
time.
haven't thrown it.
Especially since that 18 out here is probably one of the lower baskets. It's kind of sunk into the ground over the years.
It's in quicksand.
Yeah, so it's a little lower. It's
That's
more
a
of a
nice
downhill
tip.
putt. So it's rough when you actually hit low into the basket on a low.
And he's
pin
not,
like
he's
that.
starting low.
Oh, and he's starting low already. He has no chance. He had no
Oh,
chance.
Jay Klein.
Come on.
Just cheesed the
You
15
look like
footer.
me out there.
Oh, he's really.
Yeah.
You know, somebody's moving that quickly
that's
after
that-
missing a putt.
That's that part. That's that mental part of your game where you just gotta say,
I just did that.
"F." You know what? I can't let that get to me. I gotta keep pushing because
I'm
there are
prone to
more
that.
holes. You too, buddy. Yeah, I see you over there. Come on, bring it. I'm on the mic. Bring it.
Josh Hughes, everybody.
Come on. My buddy Aaron Stein giving me a bunch of grief as Sedgley does out here.
What Sedgley lacks in distance and golf difficulty is made up for by community and good people.
And
So,
heckling.
Yes, and heckling.
Which
Except
we
the
love.
box is sacred.
The box is sacred.
Yeah.
The box is sacred.
Every box is sacred.
Except when we're doing late night putt off.
For the putt off, there nothing is sacred.
Nothing is sacred. You can have someone rip their shirt off and throw their belly into your
As
face.
long as you're not in the line of the throw.
That is
That's
great
a nice
throw.
Sweet. That'll be a second.
That's a great throw.
Yeah, nice. That'll be an easy 2.
Oh,
You know
so
what's
close
being
to that
revived
GT.
a little bit these days is
CTT.
part 2.
Part 2?
Part 2
Have
making a
people
little comeback.
coming
There was
out?
it had its heyday.
I used to love part 2.
15 years ago, people were here till.
I lost $20, I think, one day in part 2. Part 2.
I know.
Think about that. $1 a stroke, part 2.
$1 per
I
head.
did not putt well.
Whoa, that's laid up nicely.
Oof.
Yeah.
Surprised with no aces, no metal on the drives.
You see what a nice day it is here today. Sun warming everybody.
Yes, sir.
That
Oh,
hugs down there. That'll be a birdie.
turned just
Well done.
before that tree. That could have been out of bounds easily if he had not
Turned
missed
over.
that. Wow. My
That's where
goodness.
you have to trust yourself.
You got to trust the disc and you got to trust the speed that you're putting on it.
Yeah. You okay?
Yeah, I probably got to head out actually. I think my kid might be waking up soon and I got to get home for dinner.
Give Brock a squeeze for me.
I will.
Thanks for hanging out, Nate. And good luck
Andy?
to you with everything. I hope you heal up quickly and
Thank you, sir.
get back out representing for Sedgley.
Damn, I will definitely do
Okay,
that.
man.
I love Sedgley Woods. Thank you, by the way, Sedgley Woods. I loved it, calling this my home course, even though I don't get out here enough.
We miss
and Discraft, I know Steve Brinster might win this again, but Discraft, let's go.
See ya.
Come on in.
All right. Hey, Rob.
How you doing, sir?
Good. So, what are you doing here? Just coming
I'm
out to
just,
be yourself?
Helping out.
What's your last name, Rob?
Rainier.
Rainier.
Like
We always
Rob,
just call you R-O-B-B.
like Rob
That
Reiner.
that was your defining thing, and you're well known for bringing Watson out, your beautiful white dog. Is he a West Highland White? What is he? Or
He's
is he
half
mu-
Westie, half Poodle.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Very cool dog. What'd you say? Watson. Come on, buddy. Hi, bud. Come on. Want to get him up in your lap? You want to get up in Daddy's lap? Or you got nice pants on?
You can hop up.
Come on up here.
Hop up.
Come on. Come on, Watson.
Hop
Come
up.
on. Come on, buddy.
World's filthiest dog.
Great dog. I watched him doing tricks with you earlier.
Oh, yeah.
That was quite impressive.
Yeah, he's got a
Aw, I love
building quite a
Watson.
resume. He's done his first feature last spring. He's done a couple
Oh, right.
Phillies
I forgot about
commercials.
that. Yeah.
Two
So
Phillies
what was the feature
commercials.
that Watson was in?
Heaven Bound.
Huh. Cool.
Heaven Bound. Should
Got a
be
star
coming out-
amongst us.
Coming out probably this fall.
Yeah? Starring anybody?
Starring Watson.
Perfect.
Yeah, if you look it up, heavenbound.com.
Okay.
Heavenboundthemovie.com.
Okay.
You'll see he's right
And
on
how
the,
was
on
the shooting
poster.
experience?
It was great. We flew down Easter weekend, shot all of his scenes in one day. It was pretty great.
Yeah, did he have a trailer?
I don't know. You know what? I've been trying to keep an eye out on it, but they're running a little bit behind schedule as with most things
Cool.
film related.
Did Watson diva out at all?
No, he was phenomenal. It was great because they had the Humane Society had their rep on site.
Just to make sure.
And it's the no animals were hurt during the filming of this
Cool.
movie. People who certify that the animals are treated well, and it's pretty great because I got to kind of ask this woman who she'd worked on a lot of stuff. Like let's see, she'd recently had worked with the horse scenes on the
Reverend?
No, what's the Game
Game of Thrones?
Hunger Games.
Ah.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah.
Cool.
And so this woman had worked on that and was able to. Hey, who's that guy waving the flag there?
I don't know. He needs to go on a diet. So how did you get Watson in the movie?
A friend of mine, producer.
That's a nice shot of you. Look how pretty you are, Watson.
There you go, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah, a friend of mine is a producer and knew they were looking for a dog. They were trying to find someone local, but they couldn't really find a dog to meet their
Gotcha.
specs. And he
That's
plays.
a nice shot. That'll be in bounds.
It's a putt.
So how many dogs auditioned, do you know?
As far as I know, they narrowed it down to Watson pretty quick once they saw some of the stuff that you can do.
Right. Well, you're a good listener, Watson. You're a very smart boy.
Yeah, so I got to ask this woman how he stacks up against other dogs that she's worked with on film. She said he's pretty unique. So what group are we watching here, do you know?
I don't. We through technical difficulty. Oh, that was I didn't recognize Nick Knapp there at the end. A good friend of mine that plays and is really good. Watson, you do some tricks with your dad real quick?
Watson, you want to
high five or anything like that? Just something simple?
Give me a paw. What? Give me a paw. You shake. Give me your paw.
I'm a little off balance, Daddy.
Give a paw. You give me your paw, Watson.
Oh my goodness.
You give me the paw.
Watson. Are you being a diva? What do you want, pay? You're not going to perform unless you get paid? How about some pork? We got a nice...
You got plenty of that. The folks in the kitchen were more than happy.
Okay.
Give me a paw. Give me a paw.
All right, Watson.
All right, hop down.
You're fired.
Hop down. Go sit.
Okay. All right. That was a drop zone shot by someone, I'm not sure who it is.
What hole were you looking at?
This is 18. Everything
Okay.
we're watching is 18, and we're just trying to get... Unfortunately, we don't know everybody's names because a lot of players that play this aren't really Sedgley regulars. Oh, that's Hank Henry, who's a two-time Philly Open champion. A really strong player. And also he's got an extremely solid beard. So that's, oh, yes, it stayed in.
Respectable
That's
putt.
Hank in a nice two.
For a man with a respectable beard, for sure.
And this is Nick Knapp for his 4. Oops. No, wait, that was not for a 4. That was his drive.
This'll
So
be
he
for a
missed his
4.
birdie. So he'll get to settle for a 3. See how beautiful it is out there. Oh, this is Steve Brinster. Steve, probably the highest ranked player here today. I think he's won the Philly Open 2 or 3 times and has won the United States Disc Golf Championship, I think 3 years ago, which is a big accomplishment. That was a tournament that had some of the best players in the world playing in it, and he's looking a little like he may not be lighting it up too much. So I think he bogeyed that, which I'm sure is extremely disappointing to somebody of his caliber. And there's Nick Knapp in the black shirt and tan hat. Very good dude, very good golfer.
I've been noticing 18, as simple a hole as it is, seems to be causing a lot of struggles.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's Steve Bro, a former tag regular and I believe one-time tag champion. Also a good guy. He's taking down the scores. That is some really nice work by Kevin on the camera there. It's not too often that we get a steady cam out here at Sedgley Woods, but it gives you a chance to sort of appreciate the greenery and the beauty of why we love this place. So it looks like it'll be Steve Bro first up. That was a nice little dolly move there, Kevin. Well done, sir.
Do you have any idea what the distance on this
220.
hole is? Okay.
Steve looks like he might have turned it over a little bit, but nicely done. That'll be about a 20-footer for his birdie. Another impressive beard. Not sure who it is. And I apologize to all the guys that I do not know their names. I wish I could tell you, but I can't. So it looks like he's setting up to go a little bit hyzer route, maybe, outside. Nope, straight up the middle. Nice one. That's a beautiful shot. And why I love disc golf. A beautiful, perfectly controlled flight of a piece of plastic. So, Robbie, I haven't seen you out here much. You're not playing as much as you used to?
That's true. I've been teaching.
What are you teaching?
Well, I'm at a high school that is an alternative high school, so right now I'm teaching a professionalism class along with geometry.
Nice.
Professionalism just gives these kids who haven't had a lot of professional experience some interview skills.
Beauty.
That's a
Right up the
beautiful
middle.
shot. Parked.
Well done. That should be an easy 2.
Now, are all the holes par 3s?
They are. Although, if we were to do it like a regular golf course, there are definitely some holes that deserve to be par 4s. But just for scoring's sake and keeping it straight, we say everything is a par 3. And I never quite picked that one up. Ooh, no wonder he did the big giant outside. Threw it right over the top.
Now, how many groups are out there right now?
We had 20 groups today. We were sold out. The tournament was sold out, so it was 20 groups of 5, I think, on every hole. And like I said, this is not the regular Sedgley layout, so it's 20 holes to accommodate as many people as we can. Because you wouldn't want to play in groups any larger, so if you moved it down to 18 holes and had to add people to cards, it would just take too long. So.
And how are they spread out throughout the course?
We jammed some people on every hole today. So luckily, because it's not the regular layout, we were able to put a little space between holes. So there shouldn't be a whole lot of stacking up today. All the groups are equal number of people. And here's Steve setting up for his birdie. Beautiful sunshine. No. As I would say on that putt, no one needs to know that it almost bounced out. It'll be a 2 on the scorecard.
That's really all that counts. And on holes like this, what would you say the price per stroke gets down to if you miss a putt like that?
Because you have to assume that most of the good players are getting 2s on this hole, or at least having a chance at a 2. So if you don't get a 2, you feel like you're losing a stroke on the field.
Like $40 a stroke?
No. No, the money's not handed out that way. But just in terms of mentally, when you do it, if you get a 4 here, you feel like you've really lost strokes to the field.
I mean, at this point, if you're getting a 3 on this hole,
you maybe
you're dropping.
actually if you par, you're doing it fine, because there's going to be a bunch of people birding in. There going to be a bunch of people bogeying it. And there's Jason Talladega. I think I said that right. Talladega. That's John Murphy. He's a Sedgley local, also a new father, so we don't see him quite as much. And this is Joshua Weiner, who is our local Rastaman. He fronts a group called Culture Reel.
Are they playing tonight? Is that?
I've heard that. I heard he might. He's going to bring some stuff over, and as we enjoy the pig roast, we're going to have some live music, which is a bonus.
Sounds like one of the highlights of the tournament.
Could be. I've
the,
seen Culture Reel. They're a solid band, and Josh is a great singer and a great bass player.
As Ducks Falls on Sedgley Woods. I saw that delicious pig. I got to taste a little bit.
This is Jason, and he nestles it way in bounds. Well done. Johnny Murphy stepping up. John Murphy and I were doubles partners a couple times, so I always appreciated his skills. Uh-oh, that looks like he dropped it a little bit. It's a tree. He is out of bounds. He will not be happy about that. Hi.
So is that the cost of a stroke, basically?
Well, yeah, he'll have to go back to the drop zone, and when he'll be making the third throw from the drop zone, and that's about 100-foot shot. So making it is not a gimme or anything. So it's basically, if you're out of bounds, you're getting a 4, unless you screw up even more. It's Josh Weiner, who does a lot of warm-up throws. A lot of warm-up, and he nestled in there. He'll have a birdie putt. And, no, I'm sorry, this is Jason. Jason and his brother are both very good. Brother Nick, very strong golfers.
Is Nick playing today as well?
No, I think he had
think he was choosing to play somewhere else today. Some of our better players, we've not lost them, but they're out at the Glass Blown Open in Kansas City.
Okay.
You see a lot of the trees starting to pop. Beautiful thing when Sedgley Woods blossoms. And it's been amazing the last 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago, the foliage factor was way, way less. But we had a bunch of rain. And this is John Murphy taking his drop zone shot. And just hung it out a little bit. And I guess he was the only person out of bounds. So we'll have 3 birdie putts coming up.
So I was admiring your sweatshirt there.
Yes, this is what a lot of people think is an Eagles logo, but when they read it closely, it actually says Sedgley. And this is made by our good friend Jim Renshaw, who has made a bunch of sweatshirts for a bunch of people there. A lot of people have this really cool logo that makes us look like we're part of a biker gang. It's like it's really cool looking. And so he's been kind enough to share his talents and turn people on to good sweatshirts.
Yeah, it's a really creative design. Besides,
he surprised me. I didn't know what he was going to do for me, and when I saw it, I was really happy because I'm a giant Eagles fan and
great.
a
Yeah,
giant
me too.
Sedgley fan.
It also looks like a very comfortable sweatshirt,
Yeah,
I have to say.
Pretty much live in it. Yeah, being an Eagles fan, pretty exciting. They signed Carson Wentz just the other day, strong quarterback. I watched a bunch of his highlight reels. Here's Josh Weiner for his birdie putt. You never know when Josh is going to release it. There we go. Nice birdie for him.
Practice putts paying off.
Yep.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see how Wentz pans out because I think there's been about 2 teams that have moved up in the draft for a quarterback that have actually won Super Bowls.
Cool.
And
he seems like a good dude too. I was impressed with his interviews and oh, Jason. That's going to irk him.
He'll probably remember that one for a few holes.
He'll be telling people about that at lunch. How short the putt was he missed on 18. So. Hey, Dave. I need to hit the head.
Here with Watson, we are in between groups, hole 18. It's a hole that, while it's pretty straightforward, seems to be causing some trouble. I've seen a few bogeys. That OB spot causing some problems for a few people. If you're just joining us, this is the 2016 Philadelphia Open at Sedgley Woods. We are looking at hole 16, traditionally the 18th hole at Sedgley Woods. It's about a 220-foot drive. We see our first thrower is just parked it beautifully. We've got a Sedgley Woods local teeing up now. Going out wide. I'm hearing it's Aaron. Just skipping off to the edge of the green there behind the log. And here we have a drive straight down the middle. coming off to the edge as well. We got some putting buddies over off to the side on the edge of the green. One parked so far. Two, actually. Two parked right near the basket. Just barely staying in bounds on that one. Should be a putt, however. Whatever else happens, we know that everyone has gotten to enjoy a beautiful day at Sedgley Woods. On the cooler side, especially for this time of year, it's just a few days ago we were hitting 80 degrees. But there's a mild breeze blowing right now, and it's somewhere in the upper 50s in terms of temperature. Really nice to play in if you're playing. We see this disc just barely avoiding the stroke penalty of the OB over by the kitchen, where they are fixing up some phenomenal pork for the pulled pork sandwiches that will be served at lunch. Putting from behind the tree for two. Well putted. Just gently putting it right in the basket. We have another putt for two coming up here. Another one hits the chains and bounces out. This is becoming a pattern on this 16th hole, this 2016 Philly Open. Just a little bit closer, but from the same spot on the green. Also for two. Puts it right in. Putting on a clinic of how you use the chains to get a birdie.
Oh, Watson. Hey, you trying to take my job, dude?
He didn't have much to say.
No.
He'll work for People Food as well.
So, where are we at here? Just finishing up. That's Jake Azzato. Hi, Jake.
Couple birdies in that group.
Somebody I don't know. Again, I apologize for not knowing everybody's name. We had a little technical glitch that prevented us from seeing the players that I don't know that aren't Sedgley regulars. Jake Azzato is a freak of nature. We'll see him throw here. He comes out here and he plays in flip-flops and kills us all. And apparently he has shoes on today, so I don't know what he's capable of. But he is very strong, just an amazing athlete, really. I mean, you can see he is an adventurer. He loves doing parkour and crazy shit, and just an amazing athlete, an amazing disc golfer, but doesn't play a whole lot of organized tournaments. He's kind of a free spirit.
How do you know? Does he do parkour in sandals as well?
I don't know. I know he and I had a discussion about the wisdom of this Russian parkour guy that does like somersaults on the edge of a 20-story building. And
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Those guys are fun to watch.
yeah, and also kind of crazy.
Speaking of fun to watch, that
looks like he caught the right edge, so he'll be
staying
fine.
right on the edge of the green.
With a birdie putt. Another cat I don't know, so see how he does. Right-hander. Looks like he's throwing a buzz. Right up the middle. Nice flat throw. It'll tail a little bit. Woof!
Just missing the basket. Now, how would you describe the buzz? Is that a mid-range
It's a short,
driver?
yeah, it's a mid-range, really stable. If you get it online, it'll hold.
Having been out of the game more or less for the past year or so, I haven't caught up. I've noticed that there's a lot of new discs.
They are.
As I've been shopping.
The industry is definitely blowing up. There's more companies trying to get in and corner bits of the market.
Now, how would you describe that drive where he just, there was no
He
approach?
just stands still. Some guys do that. They can, by getting the rotation of their body, they get greater disc speed than any kind of run-up they could do. And if you're fully rotating, you're going to get a lot of a snap on the disc when you release it. So that's not a whole lot of guys do it. A lot of guys like to have the run-up just to create a little momentum. And and here's a drop zone shot. He caught a tree, so he had to throw from here. This will be his third. Puts it out.
About a 100-foot putt.
Yeah, he just threw it up a little bit, got it up in the air.
For some of these guys, I think it might also be a little intimidating playing on this hole because you have a crowd.
Yeah, there's definitely people hanging out at the tents on 18. And
A little more pressure there than you would have out in the course when it's just your group watching.
Yeah, especially if you happen to be long and have to putt with the people behind you.
And they're a very respectful crowd, we should add. But nevertheless, knowing you have all those eyes on you can just add a little bit level of pressure to you.
And having a cameraman right over your shoulder.
Right.
That's got to catch your awareness a little bit. Which is what, really, when I watch like ball and stick golfers, imagining playing in front of 40,000 people and having a 8-inch putt and just being able to control your nerves at that level, because the muscles are much finer in regular golf. But I know that nervous feeling where things just sort of shut down like that. And you can see he took the warm-up throw afterwards. After he missed, he's reminding himself that he needs to extend and stand up straight. That's nice for his 4.
Easy granny shot, is that what we call that?
Sort of semi-straddle putt.
Nothing against grannies?
Nothing against straddling.
Not at all.
So what school are you teaching at?
Right now I'm at El Centro de Estudiantes. It's an alternative high school over in Kensington. Right on the edge of Kensington on the northeast end.
And what kind of students you get? Like low-income students or
a lot of those.
Needs?
A lot of those as well. These are students by and large who, well, actually all of whom have either dropped out of other schools in the district or have been kicked out of other schools in the district. They tend to be overage, undercredited students who have struggled with other academic environments, and
Gotcha.
El Centro is really designed to help those students acclimate back into the world of education and then prepare them for the world of employment.
Cool.
So 2 days a week the kids go to an internship,
Nice.
which it's real world learning.
Cool.
And right now, for example, I'm teaching a professionalism class, so it involves building a resume, preparing for interviews.
Cool.
The kind of...
Okay. Meanwhile, we have the women's group. This is a pro women's, I believe. And I know a couple of these girls, and there's several I don't know. She seems very nice.
Now, how many women's groups are there?
I think there's the only one that I've seen.
Okay.
So we'll see. But I know we have in this group, we have Anna McLemore, who, there we see Anna in the black T-shirt. And Anna's a doctor. You're talking about your diversity of Sedgley Woods and of disc golf. Anna's a doctor. And I don't know who this is, but I had a brief conversation with her early, and this is her first time playing at Sedgley. And she said she was impressed with the layout and the friendliness of the people so far. And it looks like she has Oh, that'll be way in. She's good. So she'll have a birdie putt. And
It's really great to see this kind of diversity on the course. Now, is there a black group also playing out there today?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Are the OJs playing? No. So here comes Anna. She is moving. She's going to be beginning a practice down in Atlanta. So we're glad that she was able to come out today and be part of this.
Really taking a wide angle on this one.
Looks like she ripped a little right hyzer.
Now, is there an out of bounds on either side, or is it really just that section in the middle there?
Well, here's how it's said. There's a out of bounds line halfway down the fairway that goes horizontal to the fairway, and out past that is imagine it was a moat. And this is Emily.
Oh, really beautiful
Emily
putt.
Landerer, who's a young player.
She's
happy with
gotta
that.
be happy with that, absolutely.
She's been playing a long time. I knew it.
It's one of the nicest drives we've seen today on this hole,
really.
actually.
And she also is a very active in animal rescue. She does a tournament every year called Possum Doubles.
Where's that at?
It's here.
Oh,
she
great.
does it in Sedgley, and she raises money for. Oh, that's a little short. So she's going to be in the OB.
She knows it too. That's unfortunate.
She got the slump. So that Emily's tournament's coming up in about a month, and it's a doubles tournament, and a lot of couples play together, and it's just a nice day. A lot of people bring dogs, and the shelter that she's sponsoring brings other animals out so that we raise as much money as we can. You know, as a community, Sedgley Woods does as much as we can for the local community and for disc golf in general. One of our missions in disc golf is to teach new players and to get new players to come out. So here we see Anna. She was not out of bounds. She was short of the out of bounds moat.
Managed to avoid the stroke and
so
parked it.
Yeah, she came up.
These ladies are moving very quickly.
After a pretty terrible drive, she's going to get a 3. So sometimes hitting a tree isn't a bad thing. It kept her from going out of bounds.
I believe we call that tree love at Sedgley Woods.
That's right. And this is her. Sorry, I don't know her name, but that's her drop zone shot. So she'll be putting for a 4. But Emily's also plays with her dad. Comes out a lot, so they were a sort of a staple here. Her dad and mom used to follow her around, so she's had big family support and has turned into quite a good disc golfer. And this is the first girl who drove, whose name I don't know, but
shooting for 2 here.
For a birdie. Oh, popped it up over the top.
Just a little too much, which
it's okay. She's still making
it's a little bit better than dropping it short.
Yeah. Yeah,
as the
short is
conventional
bad.
wisdom
short
goes.
As short as you never had any belief in it.
Right.
So here's Emily Landerer for her.
Again, focus so important on these holes right in front of the crowd.
Yeah, she's putting right towards the people. That's true. Easy. That was smooth.
Without a doubt.
Nice job, Emily.
With authority.
Authority. Here's for a 3. Whoa.
It's another straddle shot.
What we say about putts like this is no one will know. On the scorecard, it'll be a 3. And that's for a 4.
Saving the 4.
Yep. And this will be for Anna's 3.
A little flare.
Yeah. She does a little turbo putt. She's actually quite good at that. She could do that up to like 30 or 40 feet, which is surprising.
Wow, that's...
Yeah.
I can't even imagine holding a disc like that.
In the promo reel for this year's tournament, there's a great shot of Anna making a long turbo putt and then sort of raising the roof on the way in. Really cute. She's a nice girl. Has a really cute little accent.
Nice.
That's Mike Simone, a former Sedgley regular who's kind of, his life has taken him somewhere else over the last 15 or 20 years, but a former big-time helper in getting the course built, and he plays all over the place. So we're happy that he chose to come play with us today. And here's Mike in the box. It's a nice pull, but hang on. Ooh, no, that last hit against the telephone pole kept him from getting onto the island, so he'll be dropping it, drop zone. Couldn't see who that was. That also looks like it's early and right. Same spot.
Putting buddies.
Nah, they'll be drop zone buddies. They're both out of bounds.
Long putts. Yeah. As the day progresses, you can feel the temperature starting to drop a little bit. You have to wonder if some of the guys in shorts might.
Well, actually, I must have been wrong about the first row. That's Mike right there. I don't know where he ended up. That looks like it might be a little weak and not quite get there. Yes, the thigh slap is the indication that it did not get there.
Looked like every player ended up somewhere off to the left in this group.
I think so. I think we had 2 in and 2 out. Here's the drop zone. Ooh, that's a run. Ooh. Gave it a chance. And there's Mike Simone's drop shot. I guess I was wrong. There was only one person made it inbounds.
Now, out of the, I guess we have 100 players out there right now.
I think it might even be more. No, wait, no, it's around that.
What percentage of those would you say are local?
30. You know, and the Philly Open, apparently, I don't know a lot about touring, but it's one of the better payoffs for a one-day tournament.
Okay.
You know, we were able to get sponsorship and a good payout. You know, we've added money beyond what the percentage of sign-up money is. So, you know, the money's starting to decrease in disc golf. You're looking at the bigger tournaments and guys winning $5,000.
See a nice putt there.
Which sounds like not that much money, you know, in terms of like what regular golfers are getting, you know, but at one point, Arnold Palmer was not making much money, you know, and when the game was young and there wasn't sponsorship. And so I think disc golf is really primed and to be set up to have a really big future because the money's getting better, bigger companies are getting involved, and once that sponsorship money starts coming, oh, Mike. So that's
a really
be a 5 for him.
unfortunate
Yeah, he's
5
going
on
about
this
that.
hole.
You feel like you're
I have
losing
a
big
feeling
time to
that
that. Uh-oh. Hello, Paul Warden.
If you had polled most of these guys beforehand, they would all probably be expecting to get nothing less than a 3.
Yeah, no,
on this hole. And
bogeying a short hole like this, especially when it's really your one opportunity.
It's painful.
For the
There's
day.
not a lot of wind. The
Yeah.
weather's really beautiful today.
Yeah.
It's starting to get a little cooler, but
And I love Paul Wharton. He's a quirky dude. He's also a teacher, and so has one of the more dry sense of humor of people out here. Okay. Okay. All right. So here's Paul wearing the MASH hat. And his pants tucked into his socks. It's a good look, Paul. He's in bounds. I do not know who this is. I apologize. Looks a little like Sam Shepard.
we got a left-hander on this hole.
Is he lefty? No, he's
Never mind. It's a right hand.
Check that. Oh, that's not going to make it. That's way early left. Oh, wait a second. It might have caught
Just
the...
sitting at the base of the tree. Is that inbounds there?
I don't know. We'll see here what the flag man has to say. Oh, that's out. So he's out. And there's Paul with his caddy you can sit on.
It's really great to have such dedicated and attentive assistants on the side there with the flag.
There's a lot of people that do a lot of hard work. Ann Reese works very hard getting the food together, which is something that the Philly Open never had before. It was also, maybe get pizza or some sandwich or something. But this year we're going to have individually ordered sandwiches from Rye Brew, one of our sponsors.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And they'll be all set and ready, waiting for the players when they finish up this first round. And then after the round, we're going to have a pig roast and a bunch of other food.
It's really great to see the evolution of the tournament and of the course really reflect the evolution of the neighborhoods that adjoin the course here. And
well, we have a big thing happening across the street. In 3 or 4 years, they're opening one of the bigger outward bound centers.
Is that right?
Yeah, they've opened the reservoir, and they're going to make that open to public access and apparently kayaking. And I don't know if you've ever been up there, but it's.
I have not. I own a canoe though, and I would love to.
It's amazing.
Get a
It really
chance
is
to
an
get in there.
amazing thing. You walk up there and you look one way, you can see the city skyline downtown. You look the other way, you feel like you're in Maine. It's a big piece of water and surrounded by a forest.
It's great. This is
There's a birdie
such a
shot.
great town, and the city I
Hit
would
it.
say is very
Yes.
lucky. What
That's
a
a nice
beautiful
tip.
birdie. The city's really lucky to have a course like Sedgley Woods.
Yeah.
Just nestled right in its midst.
We are literally a 3-minute drive from downtown Philadelphia.
I mean, when I look up just past you here, I see the skyline. And
yeah, the Liberty one. And
you could easily play all day here and not even realize that you are this
That
close to the center city limits. It's a gift, really. It's pretty rare.
There's 4.
It's almost a gimme. I'm sure
Paul
he's
Warden gonna step
happy
up.
to have it in, but not happy to be shooting
Yeah.
for 4 on this hole, no
And
doubt.
There's Paul shooting for his 2.
There
He
we go.
drops in a nice 2.
Birdie, it must be the hat.
And it must be the hat.
Absolutely. Cannot hurt.
So I think that's our last group for the first round, and we're going to take a break now and grab some food, and we'll be back with live coverage of round number 2. Oh, there's one more?
Scratch that. It looks like we have one more group that snuck up on us.
Oh. No worries.
These guys are determined to get this hole in before lunch, and we got to applaud them for their persistence. And
I could not tell who that first guy was. I don't know if I know any of these people. Doesn't look like it. Oh, yeah. He's going the big hyzer route. Looks like he got it wide enough. Is he going to get through clean? Oh, yep. He's in. He'll be putting for a 2. Oh, I should know him. I played against this guy.
with the emphatic beard.
Yeah.
Follows
Puts
up
it out
nicely
there,
with an
sliding
emphatic
it
drive.
towards.
There it is.
That's nice.
Just parking it
That'll
beautifully
be
on the
easy.
green.
Oh, nice pull. That guy's a sweet motion. And he is in bounds. Another good pull. And he's Stephen Biko Deering, a longtime player. One of the first guys that I used to play. I actually really looked up to Biko when I first came out because he was a Sedgley regular. And he
Taking a
gets it.
somewhat risky route way
he
out
got
wide.
there. But Biko was a great player, and I remember the first time I ever made it into a league group in a tag round, and he was in there, and how intimidated I was. And but a really good guy, and he's got both his sons out here volunteering today with the crew. It's Will Deering and Matt, who we talked about before. And if their measure of a man is how good his children are, then Biko's doing a good job because Will and Matt are both really good kids. So these guys are going to be finish up their putts, and then we're going to take a break for lunch, and be back for some coverage of the second round.
If a measure of a man is their drive, then I don't know what to say about this guy. But making a nice comeback there.
There
with
you go. That'll be easy 4 for him. And everybody else is going to have birdie putts. See how they make out here. I think the first one up is going to be. I guess they're going to go right around the horn. They're going to play first birdie putt.
a little short, but hit the pole, so it stayed very close. And here's Biko stepping up.
What's the distance, would you say, on this putt
It's
here?
about a 30-footer because he's just inside the 10-meter rule. That's a nice mud gun.
Something you should be proud of there. That was right
I don't know
in.
what the rest of his round was like, but that was certainly well done. Another birdie putt coming up here. Ooh,
Oh,
he
another
left
one
it short.
off of the basket.
Looked like he didn't quite extend his arm far enough. He kind of alligator armed that thing.
And it doesn't hurt to reiterate that these guys are as frustrating as it is just to miss a putt like that. You're doing it in front of the pre-lunch crowd right here in the front of the course, and it's that crowd can weigh on you. You've got a lot of eyes watching you here, whereas most of these holes are kind of nestled back in the woods.
Yeah.
It's just you and your group.
So
playing.
these are the final putts of the day for the first round. And sorry, brother. Okay. How's that? Okay. So those are the final putts of the first round. Our players are going to go over and have their rye brew sandwiches and some Italian Express pizza. And we appreciate those sponsors. And we're going to be back in a little bit after we grab something to eat to cover the second round. So please come back. And Rob, thanks for being with me. And good luck with everything. Thanks for showing
Really great
us
to
Watson.
sit in here. Absolutely.
And we'll be back in a little bit.